Hey, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about making a vegan bullet coffee. This is my thing while I'm intermittent fasting, and I wanted to share it with you. My recipes always change though, but this is how I am doing it lately, as of late. And I like to hand ground my beans. So I bought this little handheld grinder. It only takes about a minute to grind up a tablespoonful of beans. And I get them organic and fresh from my favorite stores. These are the oils that go inside it, and I'll show you in a few moments how much I actually put in. And so I go off the directions of the bottle. The MCT is 1 tablespoon, and then the XCT oil is about a half a tablespoon, and then a tablespoon of coconut oil. You'll see it's 300 fat grams, but it keeps me feeling as though it curbs the hunger for many hours where I'm intermittent fasting. And these are the other dry ingredients that I put in. This is the non-sugar sweetener that I use. That's pretty good. I've gotten used to it. And I set the timer for 45 seconds after my water has boiled, to allow it to cool down before I pour it into my coffee container, which is this container right here. So it allows the coffee to steep. So I'll let that steep no more than 4 minutes, but you'll go off of the directions of the box, whatever it says. So it basically 3 minutes and 45 seconds is how long I'll tend to let it steep. I think that's a pretty mild enough flavor for me. And these are the dry ingredients. I've segregated them so you can kind of see what it looks like in this little small dish. And what is on the plate is what's actually going to go into my vegan bullet coffee. This is the recording of me actually pressing after the water has steeped with the coffee beans, the coffee grounds, for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So then I go ahead and slowly pour it into my Vitamix. Whoopsies. I needed to open it up so it can pour out. Hard to do it with one camera, or one hand and camera in the other hand. So I go ahead and pour it into my blender. And usually I'll let it sit up for maybe a few more minutes, because if it's too hot and you turn on the blender with the lid on it, it'll tend to explode on you. So be careful and mindful of that when you put the lids on your blenders when that water is still so hot. Now I go ahead and take all the other ingredients and add them into the Vitamix or the blender. Stir it in there, make sure I get everything up in there. This is the oils, the MCT oil and XCT oil. My little shot glass I got from Germany when I used to live in Germany. So those are the dry ingredients. Go ahead and get all that goodness up in there. Tap, 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 get it in there. Go ahead and put the lid on it, and then I'll blend it for anywhere from 30 seconds to as much as a minute, but usually not that long. It doesn't take very long to blend everything. And the neat thing about that oil, once you blend it really well, it doesn't separate. So it really starts to look, you can see it looks like I have milk in there or creamer in my coffee. And it really tastes very good. I'm a vegan, so I don't use butter. But I hear that the butter and the ghee is really tasty and very good for you, if you're into meat products. So that's something to think about if you're not vegan or no interest in being vegan. There are other options out there, to each his own. So I go ahead and pour it into one of my favorite mugs. Whoopsies again. It's kind of hard to maneuver with one hand on a camera and then dealing with this hot beverage. But I pour it into my cup and I'm done. It's really good. It smells delicious, especially if you're a coffee drinker.